Hi, Mark Diaz here for 2danimation101.com. In this lesson, we're gonna start rigging the 360 head. So, a couple of lessons ago, we had the character ready, right? All the different versions for the eyes and all the multiple expressions, but the problem was that the 360 head was not ready. When you start rotating, the head starts flying around. Let me show you. Look. This is the character, right? So if I go to composer mode, right now we are on the stage. This is the animation part. Now let's go to editing the character, which is the composer mode. In here, I can just select the 360 head. And if I preview it, let me press space and look, it starts doing all crazy things because this character is not set up properly. Okay, so what we're gonna do in this lesson is that we're gonna prepare everything to have all the setup ready for all the angles. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is focus only on the rotation in the x-axis. Okay, right now we're not gonna do any of when the character looks up or down. No, all we're gonna be focusing is the x-axis, which is the most complicated one. So right now we have three versions in this setup. We have the center, and then we have the left, well actually the right, this is the right for the character, and the left, right? So what we want is to also have another one in the middle of those two, because remember, we have the character ready in here, in the center, and then in 45 angle view, and then the profile view, right? So in here, we want to add those. How do we add them? Well, very easy. All we do is we go below, it says angle layout, and click on this second icon, which is toggle head turn layout. Let's toggle it. And in here, you can see plus signs. If I click on the plus sign, I'm going to add those angles. So for this, I'm just going to click, and that adds an angle in between those two. That's the 45 angle view, and then the other angle. As I said, we're only focusing on the x-axis. Forget about everything else. So from here, basically what I'm telling you is ignore all of this. Don't stress about it. We're taking this step by step, and the first step is just put the images in there. Okay? Now, let me disable the head turn layout, and now we have those angles ready. Now, the problem is, again, that the head starts flying away, which is something we definitely don't want. So, what do? Very easy. All I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna take this and then copy it to all the others. So all those angles have an exact replica, and that is going to make our lives easier. Why? Because what we want is not to move objects around like in the classical way of rigging a 360 head, but what we want is to have drawing switches. We want to, when we do this, all the drawings change, all the eyes and all the layers we prepared are gonna change and be installed on each angle. So that's what we want. And so to do that, all I do is have the center selected. Then on the tool panel, I just click on clone. I click on it, and then the first thing is, what's the source? That's the question. Okay, this is the one it's going to be the source. I copy, and then I paste. Perfect. Let me go back. Let me do it again. It didn't work. This one. Oops. For some reason, it's not working. What I'm going to do, I'm glad this is happening, because maybe this can happen to you and then you freak out like, oh, it's not working on my end. So I'm glad it's happening right now, right here. Here's what I do. With computers, one of our students said it very nicely. He said, computers have their own mood. Sometimes it's not the best mood and you just have to live with it. So here's what I do. Whenever something is not working as it's supposed to, what I do is this. I just close it, then go back to stage mode, then click on this character again, then composer mode, then 360 head again, and now it should work. Let's see. Okay, I'm just testing. Right now it's not a copy. I go to the center, then the copy paste, click on the source, and then click on the paste. There you go. Now it applied. And now again, I click on the clone tool, click on the source, click on paste. Perfect. Now those three have the same. Can you see? Perfect. Now all we have to do is do the same for the other side. Let me go to the center, then copy paste. I select the center and then paste it on the 45 angle. There. Again, I click and then copy and paste. There. Now this is ready. Okay, perfect. We are ready and we're done for this lesson. Now in the next one, we're gonna start cloning and adding all the drawings for one angle of the face, which is going to be the 3/4 drawings for the X looking to the center right. Well, actually center right, okay? See you in the next lesson. Hi, Mark Diaz here for 2danimation101.com. In this lesson, I'm going to be adding all the different drawings for the 3/4 views. Okay, so let's get it started. In the last couple of lessons, we exported all the different elements for the face in the different angles, and we have everything prepared. This character has the guides, and this, right now, let me just take a moment to contemplate this. This right here is the moment where you're gonna see all the other people who are not taking this course. All the other people outside are struggling. They're gonna be pulling their head off, their hair. They're gonna be so stressed because nothing is gonna be working. But not for you. For you, welcome. This is gonna be a walk in the park. So everything, after all that preparation, everything is gonna pay off in this lesson, starting from right now. Okay, so you're gonna see like, oh my God, I'm so glad. I'm so glad I did all of this preparation because now everything is so easy. So it would be just a little analogy. It would be like me insisting, no, put this wheel and then this, and then while everybody is tired running, you're on a bicycle. Hey, fellas, hello. So yeah, let's get started before I get excited on that. So anyway, this is where we left off. And if I go right now, I'm on stage mode where the animation happens. Let's go to composer mode. And in here, this is where we left off. I open the 360 head creator and we just duplicated this so we can start doing the substitutions, right? So yes, everything is working. And now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to start with the center right, okay? Now, in the scene manager, I'm just going to go all the way down and select layer manager. And actually, there's one layer missing. I'm not seeing the hair, the back hair. So don't worry, we can show it really easily. Remember when we just imported this character and we had the hair hanging from the neck, the back hair, and it was looking ugly? In here, we're gonna bring it back so we can do all the rigging, and then we're gonna bring it behind the body. So let's just do that really easy. All you need to do is just close the 360 head creator, that's it, and then collapse the root layer, take the back hair, and then click and drag and have it below the guides. Well, actually, it should be above the guides, right there. Okay, now it's inside the talking head and it's looking ugly, but don't worry. We're gonna prepare the 360 head and then we're gonna bring it back. So let's open again the 360 head, clicking there. And now let's start. I'm going to click on the 3/4 angle, and this is where I'm going to do. In this lesson, I'm gonna go super slow because this is the first time we're doing it. And then in the other ones, I'm gonna go a little bit faster because it's basically going to be the same exact thing. Okay, it's gonna be the exact same process, but done differently. Now, I'm gonna take the time to actually record all the process. I've seen other courses that they just, you just do the same and then voila, and then it's finished. I'm not gonna do that in here. If you want, you can skip the following lessons trying to do it by yourself. But in here, I'm gonna take the time to record every single click. And so let's go. So right now, this is going to be the longest lesson of the 4 for this rigging. So let's click there, the angle we want. And then I'm going to click on Sprite. Now, all I have to do is change all these layers, the front hair, and change it with the drawing for the front hair, and then the right brow, and then left brow, and all of that, right? The problem is that I don't know exactly where to put it. Don't worry, because for that, we have the guides. But the guide, as you can see, we're gonna have the guide and then all the layers in front. So since we cannot see it, this is the technique I use. I just make everything invisible except for the guide, and then the object I'm putting into position, and then I put it into position one by one. So let's do that. I'm going to start by hiding. The first step is hide all the layers. Let me do that. I'm just going to click on the little eye on all the layers and hide every single layer, every single one. There you go. And also I'm going to hide the back hair. And actually, I want the guide to be behind the hair. Very good. There you go. Now there is nothing and only the guides. Now, I want to start showing the center right image. Okay, so for that, I'm going to just click on the sprites. Look, I'm not closing the 360 head creator. Instead of I can click there and close it, but I'm not gonna close it to go a little bit faster next time. And just click on the sprite editor. There. Now from the sprite editor, I just select the guides. Actually, I have to select the guides and then the sprite editor. Yes, there you go. And from there, I'm going to select center right. There you go. With this reference, our life is going to be so easy. Now that I have it showing, I'm going to click on 360 head. And careful, right now I'm on the center. Let's click on the center right. Very good. And now, all I do is start one by one. For this one, I'm going to start with all the elements of the face, and then the shadow, and then the hair. This is the order I like to go. The order I like to go through. Okay, so first I like to go like this. So first I put the face, and then the shadow of the hair, and then the hair. The hair is the last thing I put. Or if it was another character that was a little bit more complicated, maybe that character has glasses, you could put face and then all the elements like glasses and everything, or a helmet, and finally the hair, right? So that's what I would do, the way I do it, and that's what the process we're gonna be following in here. So let's do this. And because this is the first reference, that's the one I'm gonna use, and now I'm going to select the face. I'm going to show it, and as you can see, this is not the correct drawing for the face. And before I continue, make sure I'm on 3/4 view. Very good. I have the face selected. Make sure it's selected, right? It was not selected. Now it's selected. And then I click on replace. From there, just go to the project files, and we have it here, anime images. And then which part are we rigging? Let me bring this in. It's the center right. And the first one is gonna be the face. I double click. And then look, oh my God, this would be so hard to put into position, but thanks to the reference, it's very easy. All I do is click and drag and put it in position. There you go. Now the next part. For the next part, I want to add the mouth because it looks really weird. So I'm going to hide the face, then show the mouth. Now the mouth is selected, and then click replace and select the mouth. Right now, don't worry about all the other ones. We're gonna be adding them in another lesson. For now, let's just put the main one, the normal. So I'm just gonna select normal, double click, and then put it in position. Now, as you can see, I'm not moving the bone. I'm moving the drawing. And because I'm working with the sprite is the one that is changing. Look, if I go back, tuk, there it is. This is the mouth in the front angle. Then it changes to this one, the correct one, right? Now let's see how it's looking. I'm going to also show the face. And actually, I want to reposition the mouth a little bit. Look, I want this aligned as perfectly as possible. There you go. Okay, very good. That's the mouth. Now I'm going to add the eyes, both eyes. So let's do that. I hide the face, I hide the mouth, and let's start with the left eye. It's selected. Once I click to show it, it automatically selects it. I click on replace. Then in this folder, I just go one back and then open the, which one is it? Left eye, left eye. You see why I like to have the same names? Right now, I just applied what I mentioned in an earlier lesson about the Japanese technique of pointing and calling to reduce my mistakes. I just said left eye, nice. And then normal, perfect. I just click open. Now I just put it in place. Don't move the bone, move the drawing and leave the bone right where it is. There you go, perfect. Now I hide that eye, then show the right eye, and then replace, and go back one, right eye, and right eye. I select normal, open, and then I just put it in place. Perfect. Now I'm going to hide it, and then I'm going to add the eyebrows. I'm going to show the left brow, then click replace, then go back one, open, okay, left brow, and then I'm going to choose normal, double click, then put this in place, and then hide it, show the right brow, click on replace, go back one, then right brow, select normal, double click. Then I just put it in position right there. And then the missing one is the nose. Now notice the order I'm going. I'm gonna take note of that. And the order for the face that I'm doing is face. I don't know, can you read it? Okay, if it's too small, let me know, but I'm creating a guide on this, so don't worry about this. It's the face, and then mouth. This is for the checklist. And then eyes, then brows, and then nose. Okay, so that's the order, and this is gonna be in your checklist. Don't worry, in your rigging checklist that later I'm going to give you in this course. So let's continue. The missing one is now the nose. Actually, I'm gonna hide the, well, actually I'm gonna let the ones that I have already, except the mouth and the face. Well, the mouth, I can show it like this so I can see some progress. And now let's show the nose. Then it's selected automatically. I press replace, go back one, and select nose. There you go. Then I need to put it in position, but let me zoom in a little bit and then put it in position. Well, actually for this, the mouth is covering part of the reference. So let me choose the nose again. And yes, I just make sure it's in the correct position. There you go. Now I have the face do, oh no, actually there's one more. Let me point it here because I haven't created that checklist yet by this time in the recording of the tutorials, but this is gonna help me. Later you're gonna have all of this. Ear. By now but because the course is already, by now when you're watching, it's already done. But yes, this is gonna be the next. Oh, actually, it should be ears, in case you're showing both ears. So yeah, now the last one I need to add is the ear, and that one is going to be actually the left ear, this one. So let me show it, and then press on replace, and then left ear, and then I just click on it and put it in place. Okay, so we have the face, but what we need to do once we have the whole part of the face, now we need to show all the layers so we can see if it's working or not. In this case, you're gonna find that it's not working yet. So look, I have the right ear, I mean the left ear, then the face, let me show it. You can see the problem right there, right? Then the mouth, the eyes and brows. Whoa, the ear should not be behind. No problem. What I can do is just take the left ear and put it on top of the face. Really nice. And then I want to show the right ear and just make sure that it's not, I don't need to change the drawing, but I do need to be hidden. Look, if I go through from this angle to this, you can see that the character is changing, right? From one angle to the other is looking good. Very nice. Why do we need the ear showing? Because this ear, it's supposed to be like there, but in our drawing, this is not part of the art. We need it hidden, and now it is not looking. I can put it anywhere. The only thing is that I need some elements of the face to be hidden, just like I'm doing in here, right? But what's happening is that the drawing is making a little jump that we're not gonna notice. Look, from here to here. Just like in the example where I was showing you the head rotation of Saitama, remember? Okay, so we're done with the face. What's next? Okay, well, what's next is the shadow. Let's do that. I'm just going to just hide all those parts. And then I'm going to show a different guide. All I do is have the guide selected, then press on sprite, and then select the one that allows me to put the shadow in the perfect place. Now, for the shadow, usually we have two layers. We have, actually, I'm gonna change color. For the shadow, we have the shadow and the outline. Okay, maybe it's too small for your screen, especially if you're watching this on a mobile device. But don't worry, again, all of this is for me to later create this checklist on clean, and you don't have to struggle. Okay, so let's continue. For the shadow, all I'm going to do is just go back to the 360 head and then choose the correct layer. Right now I'm on the center. That's the first thing you need to do. Be careful there. So click on the center right. Now I clicked, and then I show the shadow, and then with that it's automatically selected. I just pressed replace. Then select hair shadow. I just double clicked on it, and now I just put it in place. Very good. Then I'm going to show the outline. Select it and then press replace and select the outline. Very good. Now I put it in place. Okay, now let's see all our progress. Every time I hit a milestone, like the face, then the shadow. Every time I have a milestone, do activate all the other layers we already have just to see that everything is working perfectly. Because remember, the more times you stop and check what you're doing, the less mistakes you have to deal with. Like, for example, the ear in the last one. Remember, the ear was behind the head. So it's better to stop, then review really quick, and then we can go on stress-free walking in the park. It's like walking in the park and then, whoa, is there a hole in there? No. Okay, let's continue walking. That's basically what we're doing here with that lame example. Anyway, let's continue. I'm going to show the head, then the ears, then the mouth, nose, middle hair. Actually, there's no middle hair. I mean, the hair is not yet, even if there was one. And now I'm showing everything, and I'm going to actually hide the guide. And I think it's looking good. Except, no, there's something I don't like. The outline, I believe, should be more around there. Actually, I need the outline to be meshing really nicely in here. So let's be careful in there. And to not have the outline escaping the head, I'm actually going to put a mask on it. I think that's gonna work. Yes, I like it. Very good. Let's leave it like that. And as you can see, there's an error in there. The left ear should be on top of the outline. Really good. That's it. Now, there's actually another thing in here, this element, the shyness. So let me annotate it here. Again, this is for me to keep things organized and later have all of this in your checklist. Okay, so let's rig the shyness. For the shy, actually, I don't need any reference for that. I'm just gonna select the shy, make sure I'm on the correct angle, very good. Then replace, then select shy, very good. Now I put it in place. I just put it around the center of the nose, right there. And I want it masked. Very good. Okay, that's it. Very good. Actually, I'm gonna bring it back a little bit around there. So this one doesn't need to be super specific. That one works. Okay. So now what's next? Okay. What's next is we're done with this. We already checked it. Everything is looking good. Now let's do the hair. Okay. The first thing is going to be the back hair. So let me hide again. I'm going to hide everything. Okay, very good. Now show the guide, and I'm going to change it. I'm gonna press S to bring the sprites, and then I'm going to choose the center right. This one shows me the hair, the back hair. Very good. Now I'm going to open the 360 head again, just clicking there on the toolbar. And then first step, remember, click on the correct angle. Now that I'm conditioned, let me just tell you, when I was doing this, I would, oh yeah, change everything, and then, I was changing the center view. No. So after a lot of pain, I just learned. So every time I open this, something in my brain goes, wait, whoa, careful, careful, careful. So what I'm trying to say is, hey, I'm very sure you're gonna be messing up with the center angle because it's the one that opens by default. And don't worry, that happens. You're just gonna be conditioned by the pain of your mistakes. But don't worry, it's gonna be okay. At the end, look, I'm okay, I'm alive. So the same is going to happen to you. So just click on this, the right angle, the correct angle, and then show the back hair, have it selected, and then replace, and I'm just gonna select the back hair. Very good. Now I just put it in the correct position. Very nice. And we're almost done. We're almost done. So let me just hide it. Then I'm going to again change the guide. I just press S. Then select the guides layer. Go to center right 4. And that is going to show us how to do the final part. Perfect. Now I open the 360 head creator. Then make sure you are on the correct angle. If not, don't worry, you will learn. But hopefully you're remembering. And then the front hair. I mean, right now you're following my instructions like you're safe. But when you are on your own, you're probably going to forget a lot of times. At least I forget a lot of the time. So let's continue. I'm showing the front hair. I have it selected. I click on replace and then front hair. Very good. Now let's just put it in place. So I don't know if you can feel this. Can you feel how easy this is? It's like a little video game. You just take parts and then you put them in the correct place. Oh yeah. And then this one. Oh yeah, easy. The first time I was doing this, I was like, I was trying so badly to have everything in the same position, and then it rotated, and then some parts would move like Frankenstein. So right now, oh, it's easy peasy. So anyway, now we are done. And because we're done with the hair, actually the hair has 3 parts. Sometimes is empty. The middle hair, for example, we didn't need any middle hair. So let me put this. Okay, so front hair, middle hair, back hair. And in this case, we didn't need the middle hair. And now we just need to do the final revision, making sure everything is in place. I'm going to hide the guide and then show all the other layers. Great! Now this is working perfectly. Look, from the center to the 3/4. This really feels like a traditional animation because we are changing the drawings. In traditional animation, the drawings changed. That is why it looks so natural. It looks organic. With more modern animation, the faces are more like circles, right? Like the characters we see in cartoon animator. Those are really cool. But for anime, we need another style, which is traditional animation. And this is the perfect mesh between modern animation and traditional animation. We are actually changing the drawings. A lot of drawings are being changed by one single click. Look, it's magic. I just click, boom, all the drawings change. And then click, boom, all the drawings change. And I can do that again and again as many times as I want. Great. So we are done. So for this, right now we only have the angle, and yes, we have different versions for the eyes. Don't worry about that because later we're going to put them all in place. But for right now, we're just focusing on the default drawings. And that's it for this lesson. Now, in the next one, we're gonna be rigging this is the right side. And then in the next lesson, we're just going to rig this side, the center left. Okay? See you in the next lesson. Hi, Mark Diaz here for 2danimation101.com. In this lesson, we're going to add all the images for the center left. Okay, so let's get it started. In the last lesson, we were left here where we have the center ready, and then look, this is beautiful. It's changing organically as if it was traditional animation. Great. Now we need to do that same change to center left. Okay, so let's continue. The first step is to hide all the layers and only show the guide. I'm gonna show it, and actually I'm gonna select the guide first. I'm gonna press S, and then again select guide, press S, and then now I'm going to select center left. Okay, I have the guide showing. I'm going to now open again the 3/4 view. And now, remember, this is painful. Don't leave it there. Select the correct angle. And then I'm going to hide all the layers. And actually, I want the back here to be on top. Very good. Now I hide everything. Very good. Now I'm ready. Again, I'm going to use these steps. First the face, then the shadow, outline, and the shyness, and then the hair. Exactly the same as in the last lesson. So in this one, I'm gonna go a little bit faster. I'm gonna be using a couple of fast forwards just to compress the time a little bit more. But it's exactly the same as in the last lesson. I'm just recording everything so you can see the whole process with your own eyes. So let's get it started. First, I start with the face. I'm looking right now, as I'm rigging, I'm gonna be looking at this checklist that you can print and have it by your side. But in my case, I'm not gonna be going back and forth in here. I'm just gonna, okay, face, and then I'm going to see my checklist in here. But in your case, just look at your printed version. To make your life easier, you can just check below this video and you can download the checklist and print it out. Okay, so let me start with the face. I'm gonna click and show the face. make sure I'm on the right angle, and then click on replace. And let me bring this in. Then select face, double click. And now I just put it in place. Very good. Now the next one is gonna be the mouth. I hide the face, then I show the mouth. And with that, I have it selected. Make sure it's the correct angle, hit replace. Then open mouth and select normal. I put it in place. And then I'm also going to show the face and just make sure the alignment is correct for the mouth. Perfect. And by the way, this alignment is not going to be super perfect when we start adding the other mouths. You can see actually in the animation I made, the mouth is sometimes a couple of pixels off, but nobody notices. Nobody who has seen the animation went, hey, there's a pixel in there, that shot doesn't belong there. Nobody's going to notice. But just try to be as precise as possible. That's what I aim for. As precise as possible, but not perfection. Okay, so let's continue. And then that's the mouth. The next thing is going to be the eyes. I hide the mouth and the face. Then show the left eye. That's the one I start with. Then the correct angle, replace. Go back. Open the left eye. Then normal. Put it in the correct place, and then I select the other one, right eye, correct angle, replace. Then I go back, select right eye, and then normal. Then I put it in the correct place. Great. Now the eyebrows, I start with the left brow, correct angle, replace. Then I go back. Then this is left brow, then normal. I put it in the correct place. Then I show the right eyebrow, correct angle, replace. Then go back, right brow, normal. Then I put it in place. Then I continue with the nose. I show the nose and then click on replace, go back, select the nose, put it in place. And finally, I need to do the ears. I'm going to select is it the right ear? Yes, right ear. I have it selected, is the correct angle, click replace, then right ear, then put it in place. Great, now I'm done. What I'm gonna do again, after phase 1, we do a little review and sometimes we need to reorder some layers. Okay, so let's do that. I'm gonna show all the layers. Also, I'm going to show the left ear, and just make sure that the left ear is around the middle, so it's hidden by the face. Okay, yes, but the left ear, the right ear should be on top. So let me bring it up. And actually, I know that the ear should also be above the mouth and the face outline and the hair shadow. So I just skipped a little bit forward, but I just know from experience. This was a little bit of intuition. So let's continue. Then I'm gonna show the mouth, and I believe that's it. Really good. We are done with the face. Now let's continue with the shadows. I'm going to hide everything, then click on the guide, press letter S to bring the sprites, and select the correct one, which is going to be center left 2. Really good. Now I open the 360 creator again, and then remember, select the correct angle. Then I select the hair shadow. Let me show it. I have it selected, is the correct angle. Then click on replace. Then hair shadow, put it in place. Really nice. Then the face outline. I click on replace. Then click on face outline. And actually the face outline, I want it, it's already done. I want it to be masked. Really good. Now I put it right there in place. And for this, I want to test it to see how it looks with the actual face. Okay, this is outside. I don't want this. It should be actually also, let me show the mouth. And make sure that the face outline is in the correct position. Okay, around there is okay. Really good. And the mouth, now that I put the outline, the mouth is a little bit off. So let me just correct that. I'm moving it a couple of pixels. This is the part I'm concentrating in. In here on the back is not looking good, but I'm gonna leave it that because this is the main part I'm worried about. Really good. Okay, so I have the face outline, and then shy. Let me show the shy, then hide everything else. Select shy, and then actually I also have to hide the face. Then click, again, click on shy. I was going to change the face. Click on shy, then replace, and then select shy. Then just put it in place. This one should be masked, and yes, the shy is masked. Okay, very good. Now we are done, and we were done with this, the shadow face, this one. And so let's continue. We're going to do the revision. Let's show everything we have except for the hair. So let me show all those layers. And yes, I believe this is looking good. Okay, very good. As I told you, the right ear, I knew it had to be on top of the hair shadow. Okay, so yes, we have everything ready now. What we're gonna do is now focus on the last part, which is the hair. For that, we need another guide. So let me hide everything. Then click on the guide, press S to bring the sprites. Then change to center left, the center left 3. And then I select again the 360 head. Then make sure you are on the correct angle. Very good. And now I select the back hair. I show it and then replace. And the back hair is this one. Very good. Now let's put it in position. Okay. Now finally I just need to add the frontal hair. For that I need to change the guide again. I just press S, then select center left 4, and then go back to the 360 head. Select the correct angle. This is super important. Then show the front hair, and then click on replace the front hair and put it in place, and we're gonna be done. Okay, we're done. Let me show every single layer, and I'm going to actually hide the guides and show everything else. There you go. Perfect. Now I can have this character on this angle, then center right, center left. Perfect. It can change very naturally as if it was traditional animation. Super cool, isn't it? Okay, so that's it. Now in the next lesson, we're gonna follow all this process, but for the right angle, which remember also have another layer called the middle hair. Okay, so see you in the next lesson. Hi, Mark Diaz here for 2danimation101.com. In this lesson, again, I'm gonna go fast as in the last lesson. Not ultra fast, but I'm gonna be adding a couple of fast forwards here and there just to make the process a little bit faster. But it's gonna be the same process. It's the same, but now for the right side. And actually in this one, we're actually going to use the middle hair for the first time. So let's get it started. This is where we left off. We now have the center, then the center right, and center left. Great. Now let's go to the far right. The first thing I want to do first is the first thing I want to do before anything else. I corrected myself. I'm going to hide everything. That's the first thing. Then show the guides, click on it, then open the sprites. And it doesn't open sometimes because it goes like, okay, it closes the 360 head. Let me open the guides. That is because it's empty, so it gets confused a little bit. But there you go. Now I'm going to select right 1. I start with the face. So let's start with right 1. Okay, now I open the 360 head creator. Then I'm going to start with the face. This is the first layer I import. I click on it. Make sure you are on the correct angle. Right now, I'm not. So click on the right, then replace, and go back in the folders. Oh, actually, this is outside the screen. There you go. Then open right, and then face. Great. Let's put it in place. the part that I was focusing on is aligning with the nose. The part in the rear, it's okay, but the one that I'm focusing the most is the front part. Okay, so that's the face. Now I hide it. And the next is the mouth. Remember, I'm using this checklist. You can just print the checklist below. It's below this video. So I'm gonna continue. Now I show the mouth. Then make sure I'm on the correct angle. Then replace. Open mouth. Normal. Then put it in place. Very good. Now, after the mouth comes the eyes. I hide the mouth. Then I'm gonna start with the left eye. Then is the correct angle? Yes. Then replace. And then is the left eye. Very good. Left eye, left eye. And then select normal. Very good. Let's put it in place. Really good. Then I'm going to show the right eye. This is tricky. And just put it in the center and make sure it's covered by the head. And not only that, I'm going to click and drag and put it behind the face. Okay? Right there. So that way, when I show the face, it's going to be hidden. Okay? Then I'm going to continue with the left brow. Then I click replace. Go back in here. Select left brow. Then normal. Then I put it in place. And remember, make sure you're moving the drawing and not the bone. And then I show the right brow. And then I don't have to change the drawing. I just have to put it in here so it's covered by the face. So I'm going to, in the layer manager, click and drag and put it below the face layer. Why? Because I can show it and then it gets hidden. Okay, so let's continue. Now I need to add the nose. I click on the nose, show it, then make sure it's the correct angle, yes, and then replace, go back, open nose, and then put it in place. Okay, the nose is very important. Let me zoom in because it has to be doing contact and merging with the face and the mouth. So I'm going to show those two, the mouth and the face. And I think the nose is looking good. Let me just maybe reposition a little bit more. And there, I think right there it is looking good. So let me hide everything and then, well, not everything, but just the face and the mouth right here. And then now I do the ears. I'm gonna start with the left ear, show it. And then is the correct angle, yes, then replace. Click on left ear. Let's move the screen a little bit and put it in place. Really nice. Then right ear. And again, this left ear, I just know it has to be on top of the hair shadow and face outline. All right. And actually, I don't know. Let me show the mouth. Actually, the nose also, the left ear also has to be on top of the mouth. Very good. Okay, so let me hide the mouth. And then now the next one is the right ear, which I just appeared in here. And I'm gonna leave it right there because I want it behind the face, but let's just make sure it's hidden right here. Look, if I show the face, now they get hidden because they are behind. And this is the cool part. I didn't explain this in the first lesson, but as you're changing, the order of the layers also change. Can you see? Look, in the center, we have an order, and then the order changes, and then the order changes again. So this is very cool. And that's for the face. Okay, so we're done with the face. Let's do a quick checkup. I'm gonna show everything right there. And I zoom out, and yes, I think it's looking good. Okay, very good. Now let's move on to the shadow, which is stage 2 right here. So let's move on. And for that, I need to change the guides. I'm going to hide everything. Okay, then select the guides, press S. And because it was not empty, it opened flawlessly. Then let's select right 2, which is the back hair. Actually, the hair is going to come later. So let me actually right 3. No, I want the shadow. This is the one that I want to do in this face. So the right 4. Let me just open the 360 head again. Then go to the right angle, select hair shadow, and then replace. Double click on hair shadow and then put it in place. Very good. This one is easy to pose. And then I show the face outline. And actually for this one, I remember there was no outline because the hair is covered. I mean, the shadow is covered by the frontal hair. So we're gonna leave it as is. We're done with that. And now we need the shy. Let's show it. And this one doesn't need any reference. So I'm just gonna click on it, then replace. Then double click on shy and just put it in place right here in the below the eyes and in the nose, and just make sure it's masked. Very good. Well, maybe a little bit here. And I think that's it. Now, let's show all our progress. I'm gonna show everything except for the hair and also except for the face outline. Then hide the guide. And oh, I'm not showing the nose. There you go. Okay, it's working. Very good. Let's move on. Now we need to show the guides, and actually the back hair should be on top of the guides. And I'm only going to show the guides and hide everything else. There you go. Then I have the guides, and now I'm going to press S, then select right 2 because the one I want to do is the back hair. Okay, so again, I bring the 360 head, then select back hair. Oh, by the way, careful, we are on the center. Let's go to the right. Very good. Then the guide, put it on, oh no, it is the correct order right there. Back hair. I show it. Then is the right angle. Then replace. Then back hair. And put it in place. Well, actually, this one was in its correct place. Yeah, I'm just making sure. Okay, perfect. Now, I'm gonna hide it, show the guides, and then replace it. I press S, change the sprite to right 3 to put the middle hair. This is the new layer we're doing. And then open the 360 head again. Go to the correct angle. Then I'm going to position the middle hair. And actually, the left ear should be on top of middle hair. So let me do that right now. Then select middle hair and click on replace. For middle hair, I'm going to select this one. Right on. Let's put it in position. And this one is bigger. Okay. So that is why it's a great idea to have this guide. Can you see? Thanks to the guide, I'm not panicked by the size because I can just bring it on and just put it in the correct place. All right. Very good. I just put it with the correct size and the correct place. Perfect. Now, let's finally finish by bringing the front hair. I'm going to hide the middle hair. Then click on guides, press S to bring the sprites, and then select right 5. Really nice. Now I open 360 head. Then click on the right angle. Make sure, remember, you can mess up your rig. Go back to doing the correct angle. Then I show the front hair. Click on replace and then front hair. And then put it in place. Okay, very good. Now let's do a quick checkup. I'm going to show all the layers and hide the guide. Really nice. Okay, I just see 2 mistakes. Look, the hair shadow, let me bring the hair shadow, should be on top of the mouth. Okay. And actually, I don't like how it's being cut by this. So, let me reposition it. I'm just going to move it a little bit behind the hair, right there. I think this is working. I just moved it a little bit. And then I'm going to also take the shy layer and bring it on top of the nose. Actually, this is the nose. Yes. Okay, the shy is looking bad when it's with the nose because the head is not, the head is only until here. So what I'm gonna do is just bring it back and put it there. This is when she's gonna be shy. Okay, little corrections here and there. And now we are almost done, but remember, there's one thing that can make this character a little bit complicated, because the middle hair appears only when the character is looking to the right. That's when the middle hair appears. And when the character is looking forward, there's no middle hair. So here's what that brings. That's going to bring a problem that I didn't know where it was. It took me days to, okay, I found it. Okay, students, here's the solution. So let me give you this. Let me first show you the problem and then show you the solution. Okay, so in here, actually, we have an example of one of the layers that is not in this angle, which is the face outline. Remember, there was no version for this one? Well, this one is easy to fix because all we have to do is take the face outline and then put it just above the back hair. And that's it. It's fixed. Now there's no problem. It looks good. Look, is this angle, then here, and then there. Great. Everything is working, right? Okay, yeah. Everything is working. Let's see the problem I'm talking about. This problem is very, very insidious. So, okay, I went to stage mode and then select the character, go to composer, then select the 360 head creator, and yeah, everything looks fine, right? Yay! But look, tan tan tan. No, let me just no. Let me show you how this is. It's tan tan tan. Look what's happening in there. Okay, the reason why this is happening is because by default is putting an empty layer, because the center view has an empty layer in there, and then center right has an empty layer, and then boom, in here I want a hair. So what we want Cartoon Animator to do is we want to tell Cartoon Animator, hey, in here there should be a layer called middle hair. How do we do that? Okay, that is very easy. This is what you need to do. All you have to do is go to the center, right? And then actually I want to show the layer. So I'm going to select Layer Manager, then select middle hair, then click on replace. So I'm going to basically replace the empty middle hair and just select this layer, middle hair. We're going to import it. Let me open it. And there it is. It appears up here. And all I have to do is make it really, really small and just put it behind everything. So remember, the middle hair can just be taken and placed behind the guides. Now it's invisible. See? Now I go back to this one and I can see, look, by default, I also have that layer of the middle hair. I just click and drag and put it just above the back hair, but behind the face, so no one can see it, right? And then I go to here and everything is working. So let me close this, then go back, then click on this character, go to composer mode, then the 360 head creator, and look, now I go to the center, everything appears to be fine. Let me show the layer, and then this angle, and then boom, now it's solved. So we are done with this lesson. Okay, so this is why for me it was important to go all the way and record every lesson, because you need to know all the little mistakes you can face. So yeah, probably if you skip this lesson and you try to do it by yourself, maybe you're facing this problem or maybe not, and maybe during the animation. So I'm glad you're watching this video. In any case, that's the solution. And now in the next lesson, we're gonna do the same for the left. Okay, so for the left view. See you in the next lesson. Hi, Mark Diaz here for 2danimation101.com. In this video, we're gonna finish rigging the horizontal views of the head. We already have all the angles. The last one we need is the one turning to the left. Okay, so let's get it started. This is where we left off in the last lesson. And in here, actually, this one should not be here. I remember doing this correction, but let's do it really quick. Oh no, actually in here, I didn't do the correction in the center left. Okay, so yeah, I'm glad this happened. It was here and the middle hair was up there. So I just brought it down here, and then we have that angle, then here, then in there, and then right there. And now this character doesn't have that middle hair disappearing all suddenly. Okay, so now let's go to the right view right here, and then I'm just going to do the drill. I'm going to disable all the layers, hide them all. Then actually also the back here, then show the guides, close this 360 head, and then click on guides, click on sprites, and then select left 1. Very good. Now with that selected, I can go again to 360 head, and then let me move this a little bit to the side, and this one actually I'm gonna bring it down so it doesn't mess up with my editing, with my work. And remember, the first thing you do when you open the 360 head creator is select the correct angle. Okay, now it's ready. First, the back hair should be on top for when I start doing it. And again, I'm gonna follow this checklist. You can print it out, beautifully designed, below this video. So print it ahead. That's the steps I'm gonna be following. And I start with the face. I just show it, click on it, make sure it's on the right angle, and then replace. And in here, let me bring this in. And then I'm going to select left, then the face. Then I put it in the correct place. Later, I'm going to perfectly position when I have the face, the nose, and the mouth. Right there is fine for now. So the next one is going to be the mouth. I hide the face, and then I'm going to show the mouth. Select it, make the replacement, and just go to mouth and select normal. And just make sure you are on the correct angle. Very good. Then in here, I'm going to zoom in a little bit and then put it in the correct place. Very good. Now the nose. Actually, after the mouth is the eyes. Let me open. I just checked the checklist. And this one should be on the other side of the head, right? Because she's rotating that way. Let me put the annotations. She is rotating to this way. So that eye is behind the nose. And what I'm doing now is I'm just leaving it in there, but I'm going to change the position in the layers. I'm just gonna take it and put it behind the face. Very good. Then I hide it. I go, well, actually, I'm gonna leave all of those as I'm working on them. Then the next one is the right eye. I show it, and then make sure it's the right angle, the left, and then replace, go back to the left, open right eye, and select normal. Now I put it in the correct place. Then the brow. The left brow is not gonna be showing. Let me just take it, put it there, but in the layers panel, I'm gonna bring it below the face. Very good. Then that way, when I show the face, those are hidden. Very good. Let me hide the face. Then show the right brow. It's the right angle. Hit replace. And then go back, open right brow, and then open normal. Now I just have to put it in the correct position, right there. And the next one after the brows is the nose. So let's show the nose. And this is the one that is going to be a little bit tricky. Let's hit replace, go back, open the nose, and then bring it in. Now in here, I'm going to zoom in and make sure that the nose and the face and the mouth are perfectly aligned. Let's see the mouth. Yeah, I think it's looking good. And then the face. Okay, for the face, I do need to reposition it a little bit. Maybe there. I think right there is looking okay. So, yes, I'm gonna leave it like that. I like it. Oh, maybe I'm finding something weird in there. I think that's okay. Let me do a comparison. Yeah, I think that works. Okay, very good. Now I'm done with the, oh no, I'm not done yet. I still need the ears. The left ear is on the other side, so this position is quite okay. I'm just gonna bring it in a little bit more, and then I'm going to show the right ear, and this one has to change. So click on replace, then select right ear, and then put it in position. But for this, let me just hide the face, and also I'm going to hide the mouth right there, and then select the ear and put it in place. Okay, very good. And I think we are done with the face. Let me just show all the layers of the face. Also, oh, I'm missing the right ear. As you can see, this should be on top not only of the face, but also of the outline, and actually also on top of the mouth. Very good. Now this is ready. It's looking good. Now the next one, we're done with the face. Next one is the shadow. We already did the review. Now let's go and add the shadow. For the shadow, I'm just going to select it and then click. It's on the right angle. And actually the first thing is to change the guide. I was forgetting. Let me click on sprites. Then from the guides, right now this appeared, but it's okay. I'm just gonna leave it as is because it's showing me the frontal part. But right now I want the one with the shadow, which is left 4. Let me select that one and then go back to the 360 head and then hide everything. Very good. And now I'm just going to show the shadow, the hair shadow. Make sure we are on the correct angle right there. And then I have the hair shadow. Now I replace. It's going to be hair shadow. Then I put it in place. And then the outline, let me show the outline. And then just put it behind, just on top of the back hair. And that is going to be hidden. And actually, I can take the face outline and make sure, I'm going to just make it small, that is really, really hidden. So if I show the face, it doesn't show. Okay, so that's it. Well, actually the last thing is the shyness. So let me just show the shy right here, and I cannot see it. Let me just, well, in there I can just press replace, select shy, and I'm gonna leave it there because remember, the nose covers it. Look, I mean, because the shy is part of the face and it is masked. Let me select the shy. Well, actually in here it's working. Why? But anyway, I want it not touching the nose. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it there. And now let me show everything except for the hair and then hide the guide just to make sure. Okay, everything is working properly. Very good. Also, I want to make sure that the eyebrows are showing on top of the shadow. So yes, everything is okay. Very good. Now we just need to add the hair. The first thing I want to do is show the guides. So let me show the guide and hide everything else. Very good. Here's the guide. Now I'm going to switch it up. I just press on sprites and I'm going to select left 2 to position this eagle shape, which is the back hair. Now I go back to 360 head. Then remember, choose the correct angle right there. Then back hair, then replace, and then select the back hair. And let's just position it. Okay, then this should be showing. Okay, there it is. Now let's change the guide to position the middle hair. I'm just going to select the guide and then click on sprites, then select left 3, which perfectly shows me the middle hair. Okay, now I go back to 360 head, then show the middle hair. Where is it? Middle hair right there. And in here is the default that we've been using for the others. So no worries, I can just press replace, then select middle hair, and then I just have to resize it. Oops, I clicked on something else. Let me select middle hair again and make it bigger. And that is why this is very important to have. Look, instead of panicking, you can just go, oh, it's okay because I have this reference behind. So I can be very, very precise with the size and the position. There you go. That's it. Now I just need to position the front hair and we're going to be done. I hide the hair, then select the guide, press S, and then I'm going to select left 5, the last one. Now I go back to 360 head. Then let me reposition this a little bit, move the screen, and then select front hair. I'm gonna show it. Then, oops, careful, I'm on the frontal view. Let's switch to the left view and then click replace. And then just select front hair and put it in place. There, we are done. Let's just show everything to make sure it's working. And then hide the guides. Okay, again, a couple of things. I need the hair shadow to be on top of the mouth, but a little bit behind. Let me just bring it back a little bit until it's like that. Okay, there, right there is working. Okay, so yes, this is working now. And no, actually the ear, look, the ear, right ear should be on top of middle hair. There you go. Little subtleties here and there. So let's compare. Yes, I think the rotation is working perfectly. All right. Now, again, right now, it's still not time to celebrate because there is another very insidious problem that I'm going to explain. Okay, I'm going to show it to you and then explain it to you. Again, I'm telling you, this is for you. It's like a walk in the park. But for me, it was a little bit of hell because I can deal with a lot of problems during animation. I just go, and then I just work around it and then just do the animation. But I don't want that for you. I want you to have a flawless way in the animation. And we're going to fix all the little insidious problems that we can have. So let me show you the problem. The problem is this. Okay, so we rigged everything, right? But if I close this, again, as I did with the last lesson, and then I go back to the stage mode, and then I select this character and open composer mode again, you're gonna see that when I open the 360 head, everything appears to be in order, right? Look, I show the left side, okay, then the center, okay, then the right side, okay, everything appears to be in order. Well, it's not. Look, in the middle, hey, everything kind of looks okay, but what's this? Let me show you what that is. That is the middle hair. Look at right here. Very subtle, very insidious. Can you also see the hair hanging in here? Okay, so right now it's not bothering too much, but what if your character had a more complex figure and that makes it really, really bad? Okay, so let's do this. I'm going to show you how to fix this. This happened most likely because I changed the image of the center, the frontal view in the 360 head creator at some point. And I did not change to the left side. I bet you can go back and see it at some point in this lesson. Now, I know that this is what happened because it has happened to me many times and I just know that this is the error. So I was going to re-record this entire lesson, but I think it's good to also learn what to do once you made a mistake and you are more advanced in the process. So let me take this lesson to teach you how to recover. One thing you can do is to just create a random drawing for the middle hair to use in the center. And with that, we're going to eliminate this error once and for all. Okay, so let's get it started. Look, well, actually, let's get finished with this lesson. I'm just going to go to the middle And then I'm going to replace it. But before I replace it, I'm going to create a new drawing in Photoshop. You can create this drawing on any software. I'm just gonna use Photoshop because I like Photoshop. So let me go to Photoshop. I'm going to create a new layer, a new project, and it's going to be 100 by 100, very small. And then click on create, and in here all I'm going to do is just draw anything right there like this, and then I'm just going to save it but exporting it. So with the background selected, I just press Ctrl Shift apostrophe and then animate images, and in here I'm gonna call it with the exact name. What name? Let me open, right? It has to be this exact name, middle hair. So now that I selected this, that name is printed below here, so I can just go back and save that exact name, middlehair.png. Click save, and that's it. Now I can go back to Cartoon Animator 4 where we were, and then I'm just going to take that middle hair and replace it. Let me press replace, and then in here, actually this is the folder that was opened. Then you just go back to animate images and then select middle hair. Let me open it. Then do a little test. It changed here. What happens if I go to the left? Boom, there's the error again. Let's press replace and then open left and then middle hair. And there, right now, this is what I just did. I just told Cartoon Animator, hey, these are two different files. The one for the center is this drawing. The one for the left angle is this one. So with that, Cartoon Animator goes, oh, okay, I gotcha. And now it's going to be showing different drawings for all the angles. Look, in here it has that drawing, and then for the center is that little drawing I just did, which is super crappy. And then in here is the same, and then for the center right is the same. And now it's fixed. Look, now I can go to here. This is the left, and then this is the right, and then center right, center left, and left. Perfect. Now I can close it, and this is the ultimate test. Go back to stage, then select the character and open it again. That's the ultimate acid test. Now I open the 360 head creator and let's test it. Now everything is working. Perfect. No bugs in there. Everything is working just fine. Really nice. So we are done. Now, just so you know, I did the animation. You see the animation of this clerk when with the Japanese voice, the super cute Japanese voice. Okay, all that animation was done with a very faulty rig. I just did it because I just wanted, I'm good at working around problems, but right now, because I was creating this course, I was like, oh, damn, I have to solve all those little problems. And after days of researching, I just found how Cartoon Animator actually works. In any case, we just found solutions, and that's what I'm giving you. So for you, rigging is a walk in the park. So that's it. Now let's move on to the next lesson, in which we're going to start rigging the frontal angles. That is the frontal view looking up and down. Okay, so see you in the next lesson. Hi, Mark Diaz here for 2danimation101.com. In the next couple of lessons, we're going to be rigging the angles. Actually, in the next one, we're going to rig the angle for the frontal view. But before we get into that, all these videos are edited, and I just edited a big mistake that happened. Well, actually a little mistake now that I know the solution. So let me give you a flash forward of the little mistakes that can happen to you and how to deal with them. You see, when you're rigging, you're gonna see me explaining to you how to rig when it goes up and when the face goes down. But something that might happen is that maybe you're rigging and some parts of the face just disappear and you can do anything about it. For example, in my tutorial, when I was recording, the mouth disappeared. So what do you do then? Well, in here you can freak out like, oh, what happened with the mouth? Where did I click? Okay, that is a bug from Cartoon Animator. Don't worry about it. The team is working on it. The software is very sophisticated, and it has a couple of bugs that can visit you from time to time. So in this lesson, I just want to give you this little tip so you don't freak out. If you're rigging and some part disappears, look, as you can see, the mouth is not there, and whatever I do, it's not coming back. So what I did was this. Okay, I was like, shoot, just go back, start from the beginning, and even if you go back, I mean back to the backstage and then in, the mouth keeps disappearing. That's what happened to me. So all you need to do is revert the file. I mean, don't save it, but open it again and then do the process all over again. And in this case, it is very simple. You just take the eyes, then some steps up, some steps down, and then from time to time, go back and save a new backup, just in case you face these bugs. Okay, so this is a quick heads up. In the editing, of course, you're gonna see all the process flawlessly, but maybe you're gonna be encountering the same mistakes or little bugs that I was facing. Okay, so this was not a lesson for you to follow up. This is just a warning that can help you. Okay, it's me saying, okay, here's the thing. If you fall to one of those holes in the jungle, just get out, go back, and do the road again. Okay, so that's basically it. Yes, it can be annoying, but don't worry. Don't freak out. Go back and do it again. Okay, so that's it. And hopefully, I really wish you don't face any of those bugs and everything goes right. But at some point, you're gonna face those little mistakes. How do you deal with it? Go back and do the process again. Okay, so that's it. Now let's go on to the next lesson, in which now that it's edited, everything is perfect and everything went correct. And I was like, phew. Okay, so let's go to the next lesson, in which we're gonna rig the face going up and down. See you there.